world that is full of imagination, yet so real. A world where characters come and whisper in your ears and settings come alive in your mind. Everyone might wonder why we are celebrating a literature festival. Because literature is so much more than just stories, it's a way for us to connect with different cultures and understand complex emotions. It helps us think critically while giving wings to our creative call. Our school's mission is to inspire each of us to be lifelong learners and responsible global citizens. By celebrating literature today, we are embracing that mission and reminding ourselves of the power of words. So, let's have a look at what the students have been doing the past week or two. Everyone should remember that each of us are characters in our own stories. Every day is a new chapter for all of us. However, as new chapters are created, new characters are created, we mustn't forget about the ones who filled us with joy. Let's bring out those characters in real life through a delightful performance from a few of our MYP1 students. They'll be showcasing their favorite literary characters in a fun game of character charades. Let's see who they have chosen to embody today. First, we have Louisa, who is being embodied by Sudhiti. Next, we have Alice and the Cheshire Cat, performed by Arshia and Bhuvi. इनके पास एक और है मिस Let's call on Sudhiti once more, performing as Louisa from Encanto.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm Luisa Madrigal from Encanto. Strength is my gift. I carry, lift, and I endure. No task too heavy, no burden too great. My family depends on me, and I never hesitate. But strength is not just about power, it is about resilience, patience, and knowing when to let go. Beneath the weight I carry, I'm kind, hardworking, and yes, even vulnerable. Because I know that true strength is not just in the muscles, it's in the heart. I'm the strong one, I'm not nervous, I'm as tough as the crust of the earth is. Thank you.
Now we have Alice and the Cheshire Cat, performed by Urshia and Bhuvi.
Where, where am I? How did I even get here? Huh. Alice, what a great name I have.
Where you want to get to?
I don't much care where,
Then it doesn't much matter where you go.
so long as I get somewhere.
Oh, you're sure to do that. Only if you walk long enough.
What sort of people live here?
In this direction lives a hatter. And in this direction lives a March hare. Visit either you like. They're both mad.
But I don't want to go amongst mad people.
Oh, you can't help that. We're all mad here. I'm mad. You're mad. Do you play croquet with the queen?
I would surely like it, but I haven't been invited yet.
Well, you'll see me there. Rawr!
Now we have Hermione from Harry Potter, played by Ayana.
Is it okay? This much fine?
All right, everyone, pay attention. This is Vicarium Leviosa. You need to focus and get the one movement right. Otherwise, it won't work. And it's Leviosa, not Leviosa. Now watch closely. Vicarium Leviosa. It's all about the one movement. Harry, no offense, but you are doing it all wrong. You have to say it slower and really concentrated. You have to be gentle but firm. See, it's not that difficult. Right now, you try, and I'll show you how to do it. Wingardium Leviosa. See, it's not that difficult. All the best, Harry. Thank you.
Next, we have Katniss Everdeen, played by Seher.
Hi, I'm Katniss Everdeen from the Hunger Games. So all you Hunger Games fans should know me. I am 16 years old and I am from District 12, the poorest district in my country. Remember the time I saved my sister in the Hunger Games by volunteering to replace her? That was amazing. Or remember the time where I created a rebel video against the president? That one in particular was memorable. In fact, let's see how it happened. I have a message for President Snow. You can torture us and bomb us and burn our districts to the ground. But do you see that? Fire is catching, and if we burn, you burn with us. He's trying to scare us by burning down our homes, but we are still here. He thinks he can take away our voices, but they are still strong. The capital thinks it can take away everything from us, our homes, our families, our freedom, but we are still here. You hear that? The revolution has begun. We will not back down. We will not be afraid. And we will never, ever stop fighting. Thank you.
Last, we have Jack Sparrow, played by Soham.
Unspeakable Marines, listen and listen carefully. When you marooned me on that God-forsaken tiny spit of land, you forgot one very important thing, mates. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow, and if there's one thing the world has learned, it is that no one, and I mean no one, keeps old Jack Sparrow stranded for long. Now, what did you think? Surely you didn't believe you could just leave me there to rot? No. You did believe that. And guess what? Here I am, standing right in front of you, Captain Jack Sparrow. Is this a dream, by the way? If it were, that'd be rum, and probably a lovely lady or two. But since there's neither of those, I suppose it isn't a dream and real life. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a plan to hatch, a ship to steal, a crew to build, and to pillage and plunder. You might want to join me. I wouldn't recommend it, unless, of course, you can keep up.
What a fantastic display of creativity. Thank you, MYP1, for bringing these beloved characters to life. Next, we have a small display of MYP2 students who have reimagined book covers that reflect their understanding and interpretation of various literary works. This is the Vesting Game by Sanchi Garg. The Cruel Prince, made by Arya Gupta. The Book Thief, reimagined by Kashvi Singh. Now, let's shift gears and delve into the powerful world of poetry. The MYP3 students have prepared a series of protest poetry performances. Through their words, they will address important social issues and express their thoughts and feelings. First, we have Sonakshi Sinha.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sonakshi Singh from MYP3A, and today I will be presenting a poem on the topic of war. The name of my poem is We Demand Peace. In a world of war, we are nothing but pawns. On a chessboard of doom, we fight till dawn. We watch as one by one another body lies dead in fields once vibrant green, now stained with red. With a heavy heart, we trudge through blood and bones, yearning for our freedom, for our families back at home. Oh, whatever did we do to deserve this bittersweet fate, while the ones who have caused this mess still have food on their plates? War is a shadowy abyss, leading to destruction and death. Yet we still hold on to our lives with every last breath. But why must we do this for something we did not cause? For a feud between politicians over their petty little laws. We may be enemies on the battlefield, but we are all the same. We feel the same pain, are both part of this gruesome game. So peace is what we demand. We shall no longer fight. Peace is our light in the dark. We shall break out of this night. What we ask for is not diamonds or gold, but a life free from the trauma, from the ice cold. All we wish for is a peaceful life, away from those fields, away from the strife. Thank you.
Next, we have Arshia Makkar from MYP3.
Check. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Arsha, and today I will be presenting my protest poem, which is on the topic of beauty standards. It showcases the impacts of societal rules on our appearances and looks, and how we should stop trying to make everyone fit into a particular look. Because guess what? Beautiful can have multiple definitions. So here is my poem, named Beautiful, but you see only a jigsaw. Society's unrealistic standards are total scams. You can't measure your worth in kilograms. Slowly dissecting, pulling apart your flaws, until you're trapped into the devil's claws. Every look, every glance in the mirror, staring back is a beauty clearer than a diamond's radiant light, illuminating boldly, unique and bright. But all you see is a jigsaw, fragments pulled apart, pieces withdrawn, teared up images from glossy magazines, and comparing yourself to perfection made by machines. What is being pretty? What is being beautiful? Oh, how I wish I knew. Because at this point, it's not even about you. All they care about is what's on the outside, what's your weight, what's your height. It's poisonous for the mind, really. Pure brain rot. Is this really what we were taught? So take your beauty standards away. Because even though the rose's petals, which made it beautiful, are gone, the rose is still there in existence with its inner beauty and inner intelligence. So why don't we delve into the book instead of judging it by its cover? Thank you.
Let's invite Nandini on the stage to perform her poetry.
Hello everybody, my name is Nandini Maheshwari from MYP 3B, and today I will be presenting my protest poem. Now, before I start, I would like to say, I'm pretty sure this is a poem that all of the girls and the women here can most definitely relate to. With that, the title of my poem is The Taboo of Red. It remains silenced, a topic society has forever shunned. It doesn't receive enough attention. Talking about it in public causes a lot of tension. One of the most important events of a girl's life, yet all a girl is told, is to stay quiet. Don't talk about it in front of a boy. this event is treated like a Troy. They say, it's a girl's issue. They say, quick, use a tissue. They say, don't make it that obvious. They treat it like an unsolved issue. Now, before I finish up, I would like to ask you all a rhetorical question. Why is period blood the only blood that people find so disgusting when it's the only blood that is not born from violence? Thank you.
Now let's invite Sohana on the stage to perform her protest poetry.
Hello everyone, my name is Suhana and my protest poetry is about discrimination that women face in the society daily. I want to fly free like an aeroplane in the sky. I want days to happily go by with no bad people in the world, a place where everybody has hearts embraced with pearls. But I guess that's impossible. With so many obstacles in our society, people shame us because we're women. Why so when God made us human? Let us have our wings. Let us live like human beings. Because peace is what we need and equality is what we plead. Let us fly high in the sky. Don't make us cry. Let us rise like the morning sun with dreams unchained and battles won. No more silence and no more fears. No more drowning in our own tears. Let us write our own fate. Break the locks, open the gate. No more cages, no more chains. Only freedom, love remains. So hear our voices, clear and true. We deserve the sky and the ocean too. Let us soar, let us shine, for this world is yours and mine. Thank you.
Last, we have Jitashri Rathore to showcase her protest poetry.
Hello everyone, my name is Jitashi Rathore and today I will be protesting through my poem on the topic of child labor and on the themes of freedom for children who are forced to do labor work at a very young age. The name of my poem is Free the Children. Tiny hands that should hold toys, trapped in work, no time for joys. They stitch our clothes and our shoes and are given a life they would never choose. They toil and sweat from dawn till night while we live free without a fight. But those children forced like birds in cages, made to earn someone else's wages. They are not machines and they are not tools. They should be in school, not working for fools. Why do we let them work in pain and not let them dream again? It's time to set them free like pages. Those children forced like birds in cages. Let's rise as one. Let's raise our voices. For every child deserves the choices. No more labor and no more pain. Let every child smile again. For they are the next generation begun, bringing hope and change for everyone. Today, child labor may sound like just a word, but remember, their laughter still longs to be heard. Thank you.
That was an amazingly impactful performance. Thank you, MYP3, for using your voices to shed light on important issues. Finally, coming with the last piece for the day, we have the MYP4 students who will be delivering TED Talk. These talks are essentially focused on delivering innovative ideas and personal reflections on issues around education and technology through their understanding of true leadership qualities as part of their units of learning. Let's see what they have in store. Let's invite Julian on the stage.
Give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime. How many of you have come across this speech? I bet a lot of you have, and so have I, obviously. But where does this phrase apply? Hello, I'm Julien Foucault, and today I'd like to share this little thought experiment with you all. We as school students tend to memorize information and regurgitate it back out on test day. But this is not by choice. School curriculums basically make us remember general knowledge in all subjects and fields. And this allows us to have a better path in college and future and to be well-rounded people. And I've experienced this too. My favorite subject is biology. And in 7th grade, my biology teacher would always bring out his little 3D models of brains and hearts and let us play and fiddle around with them. And not only did he do this, but he also explained to us the implications of them in real life. He showed us that surgeons use these 3D models to actually operate on real people in real life. And this intrigued me a lot. And now I'm super interested in biology. And my goal in university is to study biotechnology. So you see that school gives students a path to follow, but it also teaches students how to learn how to learn. This skill is one of the most important in life because it helps us to adapt to new situations and learn new information that will help us become better people in life. But we still need to learn general information along with creating our own path. And a great measure for this is exams and examinations and tests. Exams are super important for testing our preparedness, but a problem arises with a lot of us. It means that students are overworked and sometimes swamped, and we can't fully understand and let the information sink in. So instead of overloading students with non-specific knowledge and formulas and acronyms without going deeper into the subject matter, schools should engage with students. So a great example of this is Switzerland. Switzerland has built schools specifically designed to use practical information into the real life. And Switzerland, by the way, is ranked top 5 in the world for education. So you can see that practical application of knowledge is a great way to educate students. A lot of children also learn visually, and they retain knowledge through audiovisual stimulation. This basically means that students learn better by seeing and hearing the information. And studies show that 60% of students learn and retain knowledge better through this method. And so schools can help in this by investing in technologies such as microscopes, digital equipments, or field trips, where students can go out and learn how the information that they're using applies to real world. So you can see that a small bit of inspiration can go a long way, just maybe by seeing a cool science experiment or an activity regarding seemingly insignificant school subjects can change the path of someone's life. So, instead of giving students a concept we will memorize for a day, give us an experience we will remember for life. Thank you very much.
Next, let's invite Swarit on the stage to present his TED Talk.
Hello. Okay, so last summer, I volunteered with an organization, Teach for India, that works to improve education in rural areas. During this time, I visited a small school in a small village, miles away from the nearest cities. When I walked into the classroom, I was struck by the enthusiasm for the students. They were eager to learn, curious about the world, and full of potential. But I also noticed something else, the lack of resources. The classroom had a single chalkboard, a few worn-out textbooks, and no access to the computer or the internet. We're in a world where technology is transforming education, making learning more interactive, accessible, and engaging. However, my experiences confronted me with the reality. Rural schools are being left behind in the digital revolution. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Swarat Garg, and today I'm talking about the barriers to technology adoption in rural schools. So, to understand this problem, we have to understand what technology education truly is. Education technology, or EdTech, is the use of digital tools, software, and internet-based resources to enhance teaching and learning. It includes everything from interactive whiteboards, ebooks, to online courses, and of course, AI. EdTech aids students to explore, engage, and experiment in ways never before possible. And why is this EdTech important? Imagine a school in a remote village with no access to specialized teachers. Through EdTech, they can connect to top educators and resources across the world. EdTech allows students to learn at their own pace and their own way. Imagine a classroom with outdated textbooks. EdTech provides instant and unlimited access to the latest information through ebooks, websites, and more. To add to this, it empowers teachers by providing them with innovative tools to engage students better. According to a study by the World Bank, students in rural schools in India who had access to digital learning resources showed a 30% improvement in their mathematics and reading skills compared to those without access. In Africa, the use of mobile learning apps has increased literacy rate by 20% among students in remote villages. These two examples already showcase the power that education technology has to transform learning in rural schools. But if this technology is so revolutionary, why isn't it everywhere? Why do rural schools still struggle to adopt it? The answer lies in several key barriers. First of all, many rural schools lack stable electricity, let alone reliable internet access. Without these, the technology mentioned before simply cannot function. To add to this, technology is expensive. Schools in rural areas often operate on tight budgets. Without these, schools in rural areas often operate on tight budgets, making it difficult to afford these tools. Also, it's not just about having the tools, it's about knowing how to use them. Many students in rural areas have limited access to exposure to digital media, so they cannot even fully utilize these tools. Lastly, some resist change, fearing technology will replace rather than enhance traditional teaching. But these barriers aren't roadblocks, they're challenges awaiting solutions. And as students, we can be part of the solution. First, we can raise funds to invest in EdTech, ensuring every child has access. We can also partner with organizations which can help bring reliable electricity and internet access to rural schools. As students, we can organize workshops and mentorship programs that aid students and teachers in how to use EdTech tools. Lastly, by raising awareness about the benefits of EdTech, we can break the resistance and foster a culture that embraces technology. In conclusion, I believe that education technology has the potential to break barriers, but only if we work collectively to make it accessible for every child. So I ask you, will we allow geography to define a child's future, or will we use technology to redefine learning? The choice is ours. The time for change is now. Thank you.
Now we have Ashmin Kaur to present her TED Talk.
Let me start by saying I did not use ChatGPT for this.
These ideas that I'm about to share with you are a product of my own unique perspective and the invaluable contributions of my teachers, whose guidance has been instrumental in shaping my understanding. Here's a story. Several weeks ago, I encountered significant difficulty understanding a particular biological concept. Despite consulting numerous online resources and artificial intelligence, my confusion persisted. 10 minutes with my biology teacher, and it all clicked. That's when I got it. Teachers are really powerful. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ashmin Kaur of MYP4B. Today, I shall be talking about the importance of teachers in our lives and how AI cannot replace them. This brings me to my first point, personalized feedback. With the aid of teachers, we are able to bring about changes in our work for the better. I agree this can be achieved through AI as well. However, the difference is that when you ask for personalized feedback from a teacher, they give you food for thought. They urge you to contemplate about it yourself rather than giving you a straightforward answer. AI, on the contrary, gives the answer, restricting the ability for students to apply their learning skills and knowledge in answering a question. This further stunts the mental growth of the students. Once, I entered a math equation on an AI generator to cross-check my answer. It gave me some very weird, way more complicated answer than the concept actually was. I then asked my math teacher which answer was correct, and as I suspected, it was my original answer. Through this experience, I realized that AI is not 100% reliable. There's always a scope of error and the spread of misinformation through the same. Moving on, the use of AI leads to academic dishonesty. I'm sure that most of us here have always had the urge to just search up the answer to a question during an examination. However, that is unethical. Moreover, it defeats the purpose of an exam. Exams are checkpoints for us to assess where we stand. I know it's a very cliché definition of an exam, but true nevertheless. Misuse of AI is known as plagiarism, and if detected in school hours or in submissions, can lead to really serious consequences. Additionally, there's always the added risk of privacy leaks and AI-generated photographs. Such crimes have also been prevailing in the recent past and continue to do so. Teachers add a touch of emotion while teaching. Their empathy and kind words give students confidence boosts. We cannot expect that from AI, and even if we do, it's just a little bit creepy. Humans cannot live in isolation. That's a fact known by all of us. If teachers were to be replaced by AI, human interaction would go down. There would be no need to come to school, and there would be absolutely no social life for students. I personally don't believe that is a very healthy way to survive. Hence, I believe that teachers hold an importance that AI can never fulfill. Imagine asking an AI for a free lesson or working with an AI over time to clear a doubt. I, for one, would not be able to. AI can be a great help for teachers, however, it can never replace them. The emotional depth that teachers add in teaching cannot even be compared to the teaching we receive from AI. Teachers have been invaluable and will always play an integral part in the academic growth of a student. Thank you.
That was truly insightful. Thank you, MYP4, for your thought-provoking words. Your passion for literature and its impact on our lives is truly inspiring. And now, a quick look at the read aloud session conducted. Okay, sorry. Now we have Rashmi from MYP4 presenting her TED Talk.
Hello? Okay. Nearly 75% of students report feeling tired, stressed, or overwhelmed at school. These negative feelings often result from rigorous teaching methods that take a one-size-fits-all approach. But what if education worked more like our favorite sites, where everything was built like it's made for us? In an era where platforms know us better than we do, why doesn't our education adapt to our needs? Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rashmi Nair, an MYP4 student, and like many of my peers, I've questioned the effectiveness of the current education system. Many students ask, why hasn't it adapted to our needs, unlike today's technology? Your For You page is designed to keep you hooked. That's why it's so easy to get lost in bizarre internet mysteries and why education should work the same way. And it's not just YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok that should personalize content to users. Sites like Khan Academy and Photomath use their own AI models to tailor learning to each user. Wouldn't students learn better if education were tailored to each student's needs? Online platforms let you learn freely. No grade levels, no tight deadlines. Traditional education doesn't. Learners need to develop skills to apply their knowledge outside of the classroom. Sites like code.org rely on interactive exercises and real-time feedback, helping students develop their problem-solving skills through projects. Some of my most memorable experiences at school were projects and lab assessments, showing that students engage more when they have control over their learning. Engaging learning fosters deep understanding, while schools encourage temporary memorization of concepts. As a student, I find that many of my peers often forget a lot of what they've learned a few days after the test. This is because of the forgetting curve, which proves that 90% of crammed information is forgotten within a week. Adaptive learning using AI helps reinforce concepts by involving critical thinking aspects, improving understanding and retention. Studies show that students using YouTube saw a boost in their geography test scores. And it's not just geography, even STEM students agree. Students recognize the power of YouTube and other internet resources. So why are schools not listening? Nowadays, there are many types of learners, including visual and auditory ones. Many of my peers struggle to keep up with long paragraphs, but easily understand diagrams and pictures. Visuals make abstract concepts clearer. Many art and history students find themselves on Google Arts and Culture, which uses 3D models and interactive exhibits to simplify historical and cultural events. This allows students to visit places on the other side of the globe, proving that knowledge has no boundaries. And it's not just models or diagrams that are effective. Videos in particular are equally popular with students and just as effective. 91% of students want their teachers to integrate videos, even well after the pandemic. For many students, including me, videos are the top choice for online learning. Why though? Successful YouTubers tell an engaging story quickly. Educational YouTubers use storytelling, real-life examples, and animations, something most schools don't do. Knowledge is in the form of short-form videos and is beginner-friendly, which can work for a wide range of students. It's backed up by my first-hand observations in classrooms where students are able to understand and respond to questions better. Schools miss this. Education should be engaging, not just about test scores. But the biggest issue these platforms teach us? Failure is a part of the process, as it should be. Sites like Khan Academy encourage you to make mistakes repeatedly until you get the question right. The hint feature and additional resources at the bottom of each question make it easy for learners to grasp novel concepts, which makes online learning so personalized. Instead of reprimanding failure, schools should look at the bright side, treating mistakes as a chance to try again and learn. Critics may argue that online content may be inaccurate, take away hands-on learning, and increase screen time. But the goal isn't to replace teachers or schools, it's to learn from the internet's best aspects. Coupled with a teacher's guidance, real-world experiences, and a balance between the physical and digital worlds, the learner's journey can be more effective and memorable. A school should ideally create thinkers of today, but the current education system limits that. Many of my peers and educators say that the education system is simply outdated. It was designed during the Industrial Revolution to produce workers, not innovators of the 21st century. Our goal must be to produce leaders and visionaries, and this can only happen if our youth stays curious. And that's only possible if schools make the learning process more intriguing, dynamic, beginner-friendly, and failure-promoting. The world has evolved. Why hasn't our education system? Thank you.
And now, a quick look at the Read Aloud session conducted in PYP today. To celebrate World Read Aloud Day, DP students went to PYP and read out stories to grades 3 to 5. Let's see how it went. This was after the read aloud. Before we conclude, we have a little surprise for the participants and the audience. For all the students who participated today, you should know that the events of the day were a little competition for each grade. We have Miss Megha giving out the scores for the first and the second position winners for character charades for MYP 1. Audience, please cheer for the hard work that has gone into this. This contributes to your house points.
It could be better than this. It could be better than this, everybody. So I would say the two winners we selected for the performance that I was grading them, both of them scored equal points. It is Sudhiti and Som.
Mukesh sir, can we please invite you on the stage? हाउस कौन सा हाउस में अनाउंस करना माइक पे तो बोलो हाउस Mukesh sir, can you say a few words about what did you feel?
Thank you. Hello everyone, good afternoon. I think today was probably the first time when we had collaboration between primary and secondary for read aloud. Yes, no? I looked at the videos, I was truly impressed. I heard MYP 4 students speak, I heard Jitashri from MYP 3 also speak. Those were good sessions. Again, I think if you plan ahead and come on the stage and talk about, let's say, AI, role of AI in education. What do you see in 5 years from now? When you come prepared here, then you are engaging more. Right now, I noticed that, you had students who were here, they were reading it from, you're prepared, but it was all scripted, right? Think about it. See, AI is going to transform no matter what. Role of teacher is going to evolve, believe you me. All right? It is going to evolve. It will not be just subject matter expert. It will be more to do. You'll have pods in the coming years. You'll have pods, not just the laptop screen, but, space. How it used to be, when in late 90s or early 2000, when we used to go to internet cafe browsing, where we would access internet. when internet was not at everybody's home. So that is the kind of setup that you'll have in classroom. Also, you'll have pods wherein, your pod would know what your pace of learning is. We all say that, every child is unique. Adaptability and all that Rashmi talked about. It is going to happen, right? She gave example of Khan Academy. But in general, all teacher is going to be a facilitator. Teacher is going to be a counselor. Teacher will know the subject, will give you examples. But then, your pace of learning, that's where AI is going to be able to help. Anyways, thank you very much. I think fantastic. All of you did a fantastic job. Thank you, Namrata ji, Alex, for having read aloud assembly. Thank you. All right.
Now, for the MYP4 TED Talk, I would like to invite Ms. Namrata on the stage to announce the special mention.
It goes to Julian.
Now, moving towards the MYP3 poetry performances, I would like to invite Mr. Abraham on the stage to give out the first and the second position for the protest poetry performances.
I need to have the scores, no? I gave the scores to you, right? It was so difficult to judge this particular thing because I thought the students all did really well. And they used props, they used emotions. It couldn't be dramatized, but poetry is not easy to do, but great job. So we have two students who have tied for the second position, Sonakshi and Arshia. Great job. Please come up, Sonakshi and Arshia. I know who's first. These two? No, that's for the first. Well done. I don't know what's inside. Well done. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, and in first position we have Jitashri. Good job.
Alexa, can we please request you to stay on the stage? As we conclude our English Literature Festival, let's remember the importance of literature in shaping our thoughts, our society, and our future. I would like to invite Mr. Abraham to share his insights and knowledge with all of us present here.
Thank you, Plaksha. Just very quickly, because we far overshot time, but I just want to say thank you, first of all, to the English department, Ms. Sushita, and all the teachers who have been involved. I think you need to give them a big round of applause because there was a diverse number of activities that was on stage, but also the read aloud. I had an opportunity to go to grades 3, 4, and 5, and it was so nice to see not just the students of grade 11 and 12, but also our grade 3, 4, 5 very interactively participating and interacting with the seniors. And I was talking to the seniors, and some of them are going for their mocks in a couple of weeks' time and their board exams and exiting school. They said, we wish we could have more of these interactive sessions. So not just in English, but I think in all subjects and areas where I think you have, you feel you're good at, you could share that to your GLCs or to your lead teachers, and we look at opportunities where we could have more sessions where not just the seniors are sharing to the primary students, but even vice versa. For example, you know that now we have restricted paper cups on campus. Do you know that? You know how that initiative was taken, right? Do you know that? The PYP students actually did a survey, and they came and approached the leadership. They spoke to Mr. Sharma and they shared, do you know how many paper cups on an average we are actually using? And so that's how, that whole concept, the whole idea, even to think about it came about. So the fact is that, it's young people, don't ever think that young people or younger than y'all don't have ideas. Right, but it was a lovely occasion. So thank you so much for all of y'all who took courage to come up here. Just as Mr. Sharma said, it's so much better if you can believe from your heart what you're saying and you can express. I'd also suggest that if you can't remember, then you can use smaller, those cards you can keep, which is much better than having a full paper in front of you. The other thing is, of course, audience. For example, when Sudhiti dropped something, a prop fell down, you found laughter out of it. That's the time, and, and also appreciate there were children who were actually applauding, and giving her maybe an encouragement. Those are the things that you need to remember. We are human beings. We all make mistakes. You make mistakes as much as anybody else on stage. It takes a lot of courage to come up on stage and express yourself. So be encouragers. And this is an extension even beyond in your life. It's so easy. The Twin Towers, they came down in the space of just an hour and a half. And it took almost 10 to 15 years to build them. To break a human being is very easy to do. But to build another person, a relationship takes time. Be people who can encourage. One word, one smile, one word of appreciation makes a lot of difference. So don't invest your time in, looking at others' faults, rather than look at that and appreciate. So I think it's a great job done by all of you who came up on stage. It took a lot of courage, and thank you to the teachers too. Thank you so much.
Before we close, sincere thanks to the IT team, the events team, all our teachers who worked tirelessly for this, and of course our senior management, without whose support this is not possible. A heartfelt thanks to PYP for letting us be there and really enjoying. All right, thank you so much for being almost very patient audience. Not always, but yeah.
Let's continue to explore, create, and celebrate the world of literature together.